December 28th, 1922. Why is this such a special date? It's the day Stan Lee was born. If you haven't heard the news, he's gone. Stan Lee is gone. He died today, the 12th. He was 95 years old, and basically what happened is, I don't really know the full details, but something, a medical, I can't even talk. A medical emergency happened, and he was rushed to the hospital, and later in the day, he died. It's very sad news, and I wish that this news wasn't here, but, you know. So, Stan Lee did have 3 cameos still filmed, though. That were already filmed. He's gonna have a cameo in Avengers 4. He's gonna have a cameo in Captain Marvel, and he's gonna have a cameo in Spider-Man Far From Home. But we don't know what the cameos are. Stan Lee was such an amazing person and an inspiration to a lot of people. I can't believe he's gone. Please enjoy this tribute to him.
We now welcome to Larry King Live the most famous name in American comic book history. The writer Stan Lee, the co-founder and chairman and chief creative officer of Stan Lee Media, chairman emeritus of Marvel Media, member of the editorial board of Marvel Comics, consultant to DC Comics. He has a remarkable deal with them. And it's a great pleasure to watch. Why do you wear those glasses all the time? You wear them to sleep.
You know, the funny thing is, I started wearing these years ago. I don't even remember why. And when people do caricatures of me, I always have the glasses. And it's become like a little trademark.
But don't you see the world through dark eyes?
No, it's great. I don't see any of the imperfections. Everything is muted and gentle. It's lovely wearing these tinted glasses.
Let's trace the career of Stan Lee. All of us as kids read them. What made you make a career of comics?
Greed. They were paying me for it. No, actually, when I started, I applied for a job in this publishing company. I saw an ad. I didn't know they published comics. I thought it was a real publishing company. When I saw they wanted me to work in the comic book department, I figured, hey, why not? I'll get some experience for a while, and then I'll get into the real world. I'm still waiting to get out into the real world.
You hit it off right away? Is that it?
Yeah, yeah.
What did you like about Zap, Boom, Blam? I'll get you, you dirty curd.
Man, you're bringing it all back to me. That sounded good. I loved working with these talented artists. I always wanted to be an artist when I was a kid. I used to draw. And suddenly I saw people who could draw 1,000 times better than I ever could. And I was giving them the stories, they were drawing them, and it was a collaboration that was so exciting to discuss a story, and a few days later to see it all drawn on boards, then a month later to see it in a book, and to know that kids are reading these and enjoying them.
Stan Lee, the publisher of Marvel Comics, has probably been in the comic book business longer than anybody on Earth. He claims that Guinness is going to put him in the book of records, but that's not really true, is it?
Well, they very well might. You know, as I had mentioned earlier, I think that I've probably written more stories that have been published than anybody who's ever lived. Not necessarily better stories, but certainly more stories. Because for about 30 years, I never wrote less than 2 complete magazines a week. Some weeks I wrote 5 and 6. And just in sheer quantity, I must have been crazy, but for all those years I was grinding it out.
Were you doing the artwork as well as the storyline?
Just the stories, just the scripts.
It says in the material that I have that you did more than just write comic books.
Oh, well, I was the, of the comic books, I was the editor and the art director also, but I also wrote radio shows, and I did television writing and screenplay writing. You know, I've done everything. As a matter of fact, the first writing job I ever had before I got into comics I thought was the funniest. I was hired as a teenager, I was hired by a news service to write obituaries of people who were still alive, of celebrities, so that when they would die, the obituary is all ready to be printed. Mm-hmm. And after a while I quit because it got so depressing writing about living people in the past tense, you know.
I am here with the man of the evening, Stan the Man Lee. It's so wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. What would you like to say to fans coming to see your work here tonight?
Now,
we are on now.
I want to thank them for having spent all these years coming to see my cameos and, of course, watching the movie with it. And now I think they're going to find the funniest cameo of all. I can't wait till they see it.
Well, I can't wait for them to see it either. What is it like for you seeing all of these stars celebrating your work tonight? Your work is so momentous. What has it meant to you?
I'm going to show you why I'm such a great interview subject. It's nice.
Oh, it sure is nice, though. It's so lovely to see you here. You're so amazing with the fans. What brings you out night after night, to show after show? You're always giving...
Insisting I come. I don't know. It's force of habit. I never miss these things, and I figured I might as well come tonight also.
Well, we are so glad that you did. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you. Enjoy the premiere tonight. Thank you. You're a great creator.